Tri-State sports leader. This is WGEM Sports Extra.
It's the best night of the week for high school basketball fans. We had a loaded slate of games this evening, and before we break down all the highlights from across the Tri-States, the QHS Blue Devils traveled up to Rock Island, Alleman, and they were able to collect the Western Big Six victory, defeating Alleman 86-39. Blue Devils improved to 15-1 on the season. Across town, Quincy Notre Dame made the trip to Pittsfield to take on the Saukeys. WGM Steve Luton was there patrolling the sidelines, and now joins me back in the studio to break down the action. Steve, take it away.
Well, many of our local basketball teams are involved in tournament play this week. Some tournaments are wrapping up, while others start tomorrow. So that clears the schedule for two rivals to meet it tonight down in Pittsfield. Let's go to the highlights from Voschel Gymnasium. It's always had a special ring to it. QND Pittsfield. They've battled for as far back as any of us can remember. Pittsfield students doing a great job of getting this thing going. They had a big game atmosphere to it tonight. The Raiders came into the game with an 8-6 record, while the Saukeys came in looking to find a groove. Now, first possession of the game, that is QND's Aiden Clouser with the bucket for the Raiders. And then the Saukeys wanted to get inside. Javon Petty with the drive. But this was one of the good games for the Raiders. That's the end of the first quarter. That's Aiden Clouser with the bucket right there. QND was on top in this one. They were up by 11. The Raiders tried to prevent the Saukeys from going inside, did a pretty good job of it. The Saukeys did go inside. Eli Mendenhall scored that one. And then here, once again, it is Quincy Notre Dame on the attack. That's Jace Allensworth. He had, excuse me, he had 10 points tonight. QND goes on and gets the victory. The final score, the Raiders win it 50-31. Hayden Ginnebacher led the way with 14 points. Tomorrow, the Raiders are in a shootout in St. Joe, Ogden, taking on Tolono Unity. The Saukeys dropped to 12-5 on the season. Brendan, it was quite a crowd out there. Good showing for both teams. And I think they'll both make some noise the rest of the way. Brendan, back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Up in Macomb, the Bombers looking to defend their home court and pick up a win versus Taylorville. Good crowd on hand at Macomb High School this evening, and it was bombs away early on in this one. Ian Case spotting up and drilling the corner three to get things started. Case would get the rock on the very next possession. This time, he pump fakes and feeds Dion Doyle, who gets the bucket, plus the foul. Showing a little emphasis on that one right there. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Macomb going back to feed the big man once more as he picks up the tougher two. The Bombers would get things going on the defensive side of the ball as well. Brain Holthouse swipes this one away and turns on the Jets as he goes coast to coast for the easy score. Macomb would continue to push the pace. This time, Drew Watson takes it to the rack, and he'll knock in the easy bucket. Bombers would continue to roll on both sides of the ball, and when it's all over, they would pick up the 63-45 victory over Taylorville. Down the road in Carthage, Tyler Dushinsky and Payson were looking to pick up the road win versus Illini West. Third quarter, Payson's Blake Schwartz feeds Wyatt nice and down low. He's able to lay that one in with ease. On the other end, Chargers would counter with the wide-open three-ball from downtown. Reshoot making most of his opportunities from distance. Chargers would ride the momentum. Hayden Rankin working it down low in the paint. He'll able to connect on the hook shot off the glass. Indians looking to crawl back into this one. Schwartz taking it to the hole. He'll drop this one in the bucket for the pair. How about this play? Off the inbounds pass, Wyatt nice and connecting on the alley-oop. What a play there. Despite showing some flash in the third, Payson falls to Illini West 50-39. In Ewing, Missouri, the Highland basketball tournament continued this evening with Canton and Highland battling it out for third place. Check this out. No kick called, no problem. Emma Berry spotting up and cans the mid-range jumper. More from the Cougars, still playing on the run. Addie Abel takes it to the rack, and she'll cap off the break on the other end. Highland was firing on all cylinders in this one. This time, Chevy Sharp lets it fly from the corner, and her triple is nothing but net. Canton would come back strong. Big block from Macy Glasgow, and Chase Olmeyer is able to turn on the Jets and take it to the hoop to finish it off. Canton was trying to keep pace with the Cougars all game. They go right back to Olmeyer, and she lowers the shoulder in the hole and collects the hard-earned bucket. However, it wouldn't be enough as Highland runs away with it and defeats Canton 42-27. And other Missouri basketball scores, North Shelby falls to Green City 79-46 on the boys' side. And in girls' action, Marion County picks up the win over Novinger 57-48. WGM's Victoria Bordenga made the trip up to Lee County, Iowa this evening. Check out a couple of our local teams duke it out on the hardwood. She's back in the studio to break it all down. Victoria, floor is all yours.
Thank you, Brendan. Central Lee welcomed HTC to the floor tonight. These are the first time these two teams met this year. We'll start with the Lady Crusaders. Let's see if they were able to pick up where they left off. Before the holidays, the Lady Crusaders were on a 4-game winning streak, and tonight they were trying for 5. The Hawks will be the first one to make a play out of the half, though. Here's Lizzie Mason with the steal, taking it coast to coast and finishing at the rack for 2. HTC will bounce back from that, though, as they always do. Here's Natalie Randolph, who knocks down the 3. She put up 21 points tonight. Now let's talk about the lead scorer, Mary Kate Benlagi. Watch the hustle from Randolph to Benlagi and Benlagi to the bucket. Mary Kate cannot be stopped. On the very next play, she capitalizes on another steal. This was 2 of 28 points Mary Kate put up tonight. She was killing it on the floor. More from HTC. You guessed it. Who else other than MK with a jumper for another pair? HTC leads by 25. Central Lee will have some buckets of their own, though. Here's Nora Lampy going for it from three-point land. Nothing but buckets. Your final after 4, HTC 56, Central Lee 37. The Lady Crusaders will be back in action Monday night at Danville. Tip-off is at 6 o'clock. The boys were also in action. HTC coming off a win the other night against Fairfield, hoping to do the same at Central Lee. The Hawks will be the first ones on the board. That's Corey Jones from downtown, icing home the 3 to be the first on the board. The Crusaders don't take long to respond as they pass it down low to Connor Galing, who kisses it off the glass for 2. Central Lee tries to pick up the pace, but here comes Adam Sobchak, looking like a cornerback with that interception. He dishes it out to Luke Hellige, who loses a man and connects at the rack for 2. It was Steel City tonight. Everyone from HTC was thieving it up. That was Adam Sobchak making it count that time. More from the Crusaders, Connor Galing back in the spotlight, driving it into the paint and fighting for the bucket. Central Lee down by 16 in the first quarter. Owen Swan trying to help, taking a shot from behind the arc. Count it. HTC played a dominant game tonight and will go on to defeat Central Lee 59-22. Luke Hellige led the team with 25 points tonight, and Connor Galing had 17.